Joe Biden's Twitter account, and I say that purposefully because we all know ain't Joe Biden running that Twitter account, especially after what happened in July, put out a tweet saying that they learned that inflation is down to pre-pandemic levels, which means it's getting more affordable for people to buy houses and cars. Now, let's go beyond the fact that that's not how inflation works. Like, inflation going down doesn't mean that things are getting cheaper. It means that they're getting more expensive slower. So under Trump, for example, inflation ranged from between, I think, 1.4 to 2.1% across those 4 years, but it still got more expensive. Cumulatively, under the Biden-Harris administration, it's gone up a little over 20%, I believe, somewhere 19-20%. Crazy. Things are way more expensive now. But I'm going to illustrate this because this made me mad. When I see something like this, where it's like, it's getting cheaper to buy houses and cars. And when during the debate, Kamala Harris talked about how things are getting cheaper and, the economy's better under Biden than it was under Trump. Let me tell you something. After the first full year that Trump was in office, so this is early 2018, I bought a car. At the time, I was in college. I was working at a Subway restaurant. I was making maybe $20,000 a year because I was working two separate jobs part-time. I worked in the admissions department of the university I went to, and I worked at Subway. So I was making about $20,000 a year. I bought a car, and at the time when I bought that car, I financed it. My credit score was about 650, 660. My income for the year, and that was important, at 18 to 20,000. And the car itself cost about 7,000. So it was about a third of my yearly income was the cost that I spent on that car, with a credit score of about 650. I totaled my car 2 weeks ago. A very unfortunate, terrible accident. It wasn't my fault, fortunately. But I had to buy a new car. Well, I make about six figures now, and my credit score was 792 when it was run yesterday at the bank. Now, when I bought that car, where it was a third the cost of my yearly income, my rate was about 4.5%. Yesterday, like I said, six figures of income, bought a car that is about 12% of my yearly income. Interest rate that they offer me with a credit score approaching 800. I'm at the top. My credit score doesn't really get any better, right? The interest rate that I got was almost 9%. 9%. Now, there is no way that this has to do with my credit score. Nope, credit score's great. My income? Nope, my income's great. The percentage of the loan that I'm taking out against my income? Nope, that's great too. The other expenses I have? Nope, my expenses are about, percentage-wise, they're even less because I work very hard to live frugally. This has to do with ridiculously high interest rates that run alongside of inflation. The economy is much worse. The economy is horrendous, in fact. I can't believe that people can sit here and say, oh no, the economy is just as good, this number, this number, this number, this number. Bullshit. When the interest rate I can get for a car is double. And I think I say that out loud, and that's crazy. 4.5% was, that was average for the credit score that I had back then. Some people were getting 6%, whatever, but I had a good bank that I'd been with for years, so whatever, I got 4.5%. 9% on a car? I'm going to have to pay this thing off really, really fast. I'm going to have to throw all my extra money at it because there's no way in hell I'm sitting here paying 9% interest on this car. And that was the best loan I could get. That's insane. Now, besides that, let's talk about other things that are expensive. There's a video on my channel that I made maybe 2 weeks ago. It's called The Only Reason You Need to Vote for Donald Trump. That video has me going through my groceries and how much more expensive they've gotten since April. Our groceries have gone up from about $140 a week to about $220 a week since April. buying the same things. In fact, even eliminating some things. I've gone over it. The cost of diapers, the cost of apples, the cost of bread, the cost of eggs, the cost of meat. It's so expensive now. Anybody who goes to the grocery store knows. And if they're telling you that it's not more expensive, they're either completely blind, aren't paying attention, or lying. One of those three things. It is mind-boggling to me that anyone can say that this economy is better. It's not. It's not. And frankly, I'm not really one to be like, hey, I'm a one-issue voter, but I'm almost a one-issue voter on this. This is absolutely wild to me. And the interest rate really, slapped me in the face when we moved not too long ago. We were going to try to buy a house. We couldn't buy a house. The interest rate was insane. It was about 8%. 8% on a 30-year mortgage? Get out of here. You're out of your mind. I'm not doing that. I'll rent until I've got enough money to buy it in cash. I mean, that's all I can do. I can't afford to pay 8% interest on a house. People that are my age, in their late 20s, early 30s, in that range, are getting killed right now by interest rates. They're getting killed by the cost of just day-to-day living. This morning, I took my daughter to the grocery store. We went, she's a year old, and I needed to get her some winter clothes. This is the first winter that she's really had when she wasn't a newborn, so, always being swaddled up in jammies the whole time. We went to go get her some winter clothes. I was walking around that store, and I got her 4 outfits, and I ended up spending, and this is Walmart, guys. This isn't somewhere expensive. This is Walmart. I bought her 4 outfits. I spent $126. Like, winter outfits at Walmart, freaking expensive. The only other option that they had there was to go to like the discount rack that they had, but there was nothing there that her mother would have approved of. Look, I understand that I could have gotten something cheaper, but I couldn't have gotten something, that was nice, cheaper. You know what I mean? And that's a shame. Like, it shouldn't be costing you like $28 for a child's outfit. That's crazy. In fact, when she was born a year and a half ago, we went to Babies R Us before it all closed. Is it Babies R Us? No, it's Babies. I don't remember what it was. Babies something. And it was, things were way cheaper. I mean, we could get outfits for like $7. So it's nuts. They're gaslighting you by telling you things like this. And it just makes me so mad. Anyway, that's all for now. See ya.